The Supreme Court did not stand at the polling place and snatch anybody's ballot. That would be entirely too obvious. Modern voter suppression is much quieter. It hides behind clean legal language, neutral sounding districting principles, and constitutional limits. Think of it like a family reunion. Everybody paid their dues, everybody brought a dish, and at the end of the night, everyone gets a vote on whether to spend the leftover money to fix grandma's broken porch. Now, your side of the family wants that porch fixed, and you actually have enough people to win a seat at the table. But before the vote happens, the person holding the clipboard gets clever. They split your side of the family up. A few of you get put at table A, a few more at table C. Some cousins get moved to the back of the room. Nobody banned you, nobody took the ballot out of your hand, but because you people have been strategically scattered, your issue loses at every single table. They didn't take your vote. They changed the seating chart. A district map is the exact same thing. It is the literal seating chart of political power, and it decides who gets heard together. Map makers do this through packing. They waste votes by shoving everyone who wants to fix the porch into one single district. Or they use cracking, slicing that same community apart across four different districts so they are constantly outnumbered. And together, these tactics create vote dilution. Map makers let people cast their ballots, but they strategically drain the collective weight of those votes before they are ever dropped in a box. When a map is manipulated this way, the outcome of the election is decided before Election Day even arrives. Voting simply becomes an exercise in filing a customer service complaint that nobody has to fix. For decades, communities fought back against rigged seating charts using a specific legal tool, Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. But recent Supreme Court rulings, specifically in cases like Louisiana versus Callais, have gutted this protection. The court has made challenging discriminatory maps incredibly difficult. Mapmakers defend their rigged maps using a partisan alibi. They stand before a judge and claim they are splitting voters strictly based on their political party, not their race. The court has made challenging discriminatory maps incredibly difficult. Mapmakers defend their rigged maps using a partisan alibi. They stand before a judge and claim they are splitting voters strictly based on their political party, not their race. Because race and political affiliation are heavily correlated in many states, mapmakers draw de facto racial gerrymanders and hide the impact entirely under the legal camouflage of partisanship. The highest court in the land has essentially handed states a permission slip to erase block political power in plain sight, as long as they use race neutral districting language on the paperwork. We are watching the fallout immediately. States are rushing to redraw maps and actively dismantle majority black opportunity districts that communities fought for over decades. Redistricting is not nerd homework for politicians to sort out. It dictates whose daily problems actually turn into policy. A ribbed seating chart controls who gets a new hospital. It decides the routes for bus lines, access to clean water, school board funding, and the way your neighborhood is policed. Casting a ballot only works if your presence in the room carries enough weight to actually force leadership to fix grandma's porch. Because the theft happens long before Election Day. The community has to organize before the room is arranged. Watch the local maps, follow local elections, physically show up to school board hearings and county commission meetings. Put your money and your presence behind black led civic groups doing the unglamorous organizing work long before the news cameras show up. Look your political candidates in the eye and force them to state their exact position on voting rights before you grant them a single vote. They do not have to steal your ballot if they can rig the room before the vote is counted. We are fighting